Shuklam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parastat Tame Viditva Dimrityumeti Na Anya Pantha Vidyate Yanaya. Respected audience present over here today, at the outset, I think the program with the Boys Mugape School in terms of very unique program in terms of presenting the various aspects from Sri Rama's life, right? So I really found it very unique. So thank you so much for very, very meaningful and nice program. Also a good spirituality, stimulating meditation session by Shraddha. So we'll move on and we'll have a short discussion today, and the topic which I'd like to discuss is the Panch Maha Yajna. And why Panch Maha Yajna? Because generally think about, many of us come to the Arya Samaj regularly and we say, okay, follow Vedic Dharma. But what does Vedic Dharma really mean? What do you need to do in your everyday lives? Right? Just coming to a satsang is not sufficient. Right? So what is it that you need to incorporate in your day-to-day life? That's something which we'll discuss for the next 10 odd minutes. So the first one is the Brahma Yajna. Right? Now, even as the talk show was going on, we said control over the senses, and we spoke about meditation. Who spoke about that particular show? We spoke about meditation. Right? Absolutely critical. See, meditating is one of the toughest things to do in this world, by the way. Yes. It's one of the toughest things to do in this world. Why? Because we need to control your mind. Isn't it? It's much easier to get ready, spend 2 hours coming to the satsang or going to any other place of worship. That is much easier. Yes or no? Yes. You agree with me? Yes. Right? But sitting down with your eyes closed, we just had the session now. How many of you were kind of okay? You were there in the. How many of you thought you could meditate? Okay. Okay. Good. That's good. How many of you did not open your eyes? Good. It's a good proportion. Right? So, we need to pray world over. The concept of meditation is extremely well accepted. Yes or no? Yes. So, as part of Vedic Dharma, it's imperative that you fix for yourself at least 10 minutes. At least 10 minutes of meditation every day. It should be a part and parcel of your life. Okay. 10 minutes, how can you do it? You can put an alarm on your phone. 10-minute alarm on your phone. You will not get results immediately. Right? It will take you a year, take you months and years for you to really get a peace of mind. Others may wonder, this is like a torture. Right? Why 10 minutes and the mind is jumping like a monkey? You will not get immediate results. But if you persist for at least a few months, you can definitely see a small difference in your life. It's definitely possible. It should be done without a break. In the sense, it's not that you do for 15 days, then take one 10-day break and then do a 10 days and think, I've been doing for 1 month. It has to be done on a continuous basis over a long period of time. So how many minutes at least?
10 minutes.
Doable?
Yes.
Sounds doable, isn't it? So let's move on. You have the Deva. Right? So what periodicity? I will not get into a lot of benefits of it right now, but overall in brief, it helps in to an extent addressing the pollution problem. Also, it brings people together. Meditation is a solo exercise, isn't it? That is done alone. Right? Devi Yajna gets people together. There is unity. There is bonding. And then when you also chant the mantras, hopefully understanding the broad gist of it to an extent. That even the first mantra we start the Yajna Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasava Yad Bhajan Kannasava. May my vices go away and may what is good imbibe within me. So if you perform this Agnihotra, A, on the pollution side, B, it is also spiritually stimulating. So this can be performed what periodicity? Every day looks difficult. Meditation should be every day. It's quite simple, isn't it? Don't need anything. Just sit in a quiet place. Right? Deva Yajna? What is the weekly once or monthly once? Weekly once, great. Or monthly once at least? Definitely possible. Okay, it's not much to ask. Let's move on. Next is Pitra Yajna. So Pitra Yajna, to emphasize, it's not about doing this yajna after your elders have passed away. It has to be done on an everyday basis while they are around us. Okay. So how can we all, it is applicable for each one of us. How can we all perform Pitra Yajna every day? What are one or two vows that we can take? Or one or two promises we can make to ourselves in terms of performing Pitra Yajna? So one simple thing is, at least wish your elders every day. It is applicable not just to the children alone, to elders as well. Right? We may have our parents, we may have our in-laws, they may be with us, maybe somewhere else. Right? Wishing them at least once a day. Right? Absolutely critical. Possible? Does it take too much? The answer is no. Right. For actually, I will ensure in my life that I will definitely call my mother, whether she is here in Chennai or she's in Pondicherry, definitely once a day. There will not be any exception. Right? That is definitely possible. It's a small way of doing Pitra Yajna. Also, can we add to it one more thing? That at least one task for our elders once a week. Possible?
Yes, sir.
At least one task for elders once a week. It's definitely doable. That is Pitra Yajna. Atithi Yajna. The concept of Atithi Yajna, it's fading away in society. I don't think we really pay importance to this yajna, and we also sometimes wonder as to why is the yajna even so important? Why does it even need to be there? It sounds in a way irrelevant in the current times. You looked at this Ramayana, and what was that place wherein who mentioned that shloka wherein he went in and someone offered him place to stay? Guhan. Who is Bhajan? Okay. Which child? Which student? Yeah. Right, so he went. So what was that? Atithi Yajna. This Atithi Yajna, wherein we get, see, Atithi does not mean only, when you say scholar don't take it only in a very narrow context. We all have something to give in our lives, yes or no?
Yes.
We all are educated.
Yes.
Right? We all have some life experiences. We all have good things to share in our lives. In that sense, we all have some scholarly field within us. When we invite people to our homes, right, it creates a certain bonding. It creates a certain community. It creates a certain cohesiveness. It also helps your children, right, understand what society is about. Otherwise today, my dear audience, think about it. You have a serious challenge at 12 o'clock in the night. How many people can you really reach out to? Think about it. How many people will really be with you in your difficult times? You are hospitalized, how many people will really be with you for those 3 or 5 days, right? The number is shrinking day by day. Yes or no?
Yes.
Why? Because society has forgotten Atithiya. This food is only a way to bond. It's a way to get people together. You obviously will have multiple other conversations, right? All this is extremely important. Can we perform Atithiya at least what, once a month? At least once a month, is it possible?
Yes.
Could be anyone. I'm saying it's not at least. See, if you have 4 members in the house or 6 members in the house, at least someone beyond this 4 or 6 members who you have invited to your house who's having lunch, dinner, breakfast, or even just a tea with you. Could be a relative, could not be a relative, could be a friend, could be anyone. But someone who comes in other than your regular day-to-day family members. Atithiya. We have to incorporate this in our everyday lives. Spirituality is not just about going to a place of worship. Right? It has to be a part of our everyday living. So that's Atithiya. Now you have the Bhutaya. What can we do? So one simple thing is to first follow vegetarianism. That's a negative. Since if you're doing that, in a way you are going on a different path. I will not get into too much detail on it, but clearly there's no doubt about it, right? We have to live with animals and coexist with them. Just because we have a superior way of thinking, just because we are more powerful, right? We have absolutely no right to kill the animals unnecessarily. So that in a way is one way to practice your Bhutaya. What else? At least some, can we place a water or something? We have this column also, right? At least one such act every day. At least one such act every day. It's possible in our homes for sure. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? There is also your Bhutaya. So there are too many now. How many promises we made to ourselves?
5.
More. And let's go next one. So now, here is the promises you all made. Okay. So meditate for at least
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Agnihotra at least
Once
once a month. Right? Pitra Yajna. Namaste. Wish your parents, grandparents every day. At least one helpful task for my parents or grandparents every week. I'm saying every week. At least once a week is definitely possible. Shouldn't say you have your grandparents also. Once a week, what kind of helpful task you can do for them? What can you do for them?
Once a week.
Once a week. What can you do for them?
Spending quality time.
Quality time or getting some medicines, getting something for them. Is it possible? Definitely possible. Sorry? Jogging. That's also Pitra Yajna. Atithiya. Serve a guest at home at least once a month. Then Balishya Yajna, offer food to birds and animals and choose to be a vegetarian. This is the last point over there. Also visit and serve either a destitute home, orphanage or a Goshala at least once a quarter. We take enough time to keep going to places of worship. How many of us go to a Goshala or an orphanage or a destitute home? Very, very rarely. Right? At least once a quarter. So how many are these? 8 of them. Sounds very onerous, isn't it? Or possible? Possible. Right? You want a discount? You want a discount? Right? If you want a discount, you can at least out of this 8 do at least 5. At least 5, not 8. You have 8, right? From 8 at least do at least 5. So it's a typo there. At least 5 you do every single day. Okay? So if you follow at least 5 of the 8 duties, you will move firmly in the path of spirituality. Right? Just going to a place of worship, be it an Arismaj Mandir, be it a temple, be it a Gurudwara, or be it anywhere. Right? That is good. That is definitely good. There is no doubt about it. Right? Rather than not doing anything, being an atheist, one should definitely do that. But of these 8 duties, at least 5. Right? If you follow a non-vegetarian diet, you feel it's so difficult for me to change. Okay, 1 discount. 1 discount. Right? Maybe slowly move in that direction, if not right away. Okay. But of the 8, at least 5 you can definitely try and follow. Okay. So, that's the short discussion. Also, I just wish to highlight one aspect. When I saw the program by the children, I was thinking whether I should highlight or not, but I felt that it is appropriate for me to do it towards the end. See, in one of those slides that was there, you also had that one great yogi, Hanumanji.
Yes.
How was Hanumanji depicted? As a monkey. You put a big tail out there, right? Depicted as a monkey. My sincere urge is for us to rethink on this. Right? He was a great yogi, yes or no?
Yes.
First of all, let's think about it with Hanuman. Where did this whole concept of this tail come about? How did it come about? Where is it written? To my mind, and I could be wrong, to my mind, this tail took us by, we all got kind of caught on by the tail. You have this Ramayana series running in 1990s, 80s and 90s, which showed Hanumanji had a tail. How old is the Darwin box theory, by the way? Before the Darwin box theory, Darwin theory, the Darwin theory of evolution, right? No one really believed that we had a tail. Darwin theory of evolution is how old is it? Yes, Darwin theory of evolution is how old? It's only about 200 years old. It's only about 200 years old, which is Darwin theory of evolution, which we interpreted as. Though, if you look at our research paper that come out even now, Darwin said that we had a common ancestor. It was a different perspective which he said. We have interpreted that to be that we all evolved from monkeys. Okay. So first, this Darwin theory also has to be kept in mind. I'm not fully convinced by it. Okay. But anyways, let's not get into the right or wrong of it. But I have a question for you. That even for a moment, you accept the Darwin theory of evolution, and you feel that we all evolved from monkeys to human beings. My question is, Ramayana is about how many thousand years back? 5, 6, 7,000. Okay. 5, 6, 7,000 years back. Right? When Ramayana, this whole thing happened. Right? How is it possible that Sri Rama, Sri Lakshmana, Sri Vibhishan, right? Sri Ravana, all of these people were evolved. They evolved from monkeys to human beings like us.
Yes.
Right? And they were great gyanis. They were great intellectuals. But Sri Hanuman, right? He was physically like a monkey, but intellectually evolved. Intellectually evolved, yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Right? Can we have a conversation with a monkey today? No. Can we have a conversation with a monkey today? No, right? Impossible. So how is it possible that Sri Hanuman was such a great yogi, a Vedic scholar, right? From a physical body perspective continues to have a long tail, but intellectually is a great Vedic scholar. And all this is happening in the same time of human evolution. You got my question? Even if you assume Darwin theory to be true. This is a huge question now. See, by showing, see, how did now a child say? When I say how did, my question was, how did you show Hanumanji? The first thing what I said was, monkey. Does that evolve a sense of respect within us for our such a great yogi? No. It doesn't evolve a sense of respect within us. Our role models are truly respectable. They were absolutely of a different class. They taught us so many aspects about life. Right? We have misunderstood some of these aspects, and when we show them in a poor light, be it Sri Krishna, be it Sri Rama, we are doing gross injustice to them. And some of these aspects, my dear audience, remember we've been ruled by, this country has been ruled over 1,000 years by the Mughals and the Britishers. The thought was clear that to put down, you have to bring down the way they see their role models. Krishna is seen as a Makhan Chor. It is such a derogatory way to refer to a yogi. It's such derogatory to say that Hanuman was a monkey. Right? We have to ensure that we restore the respect, the true respect that our Mahapurush, our yogis deserve, because that's how we are learning from them. We emulate them. So we should definitely take a sense of utmost respect. So I'll stop here. If you have running back to the questions, you can just take that at the end.
What's your view on taking cow's milk?
Taking cow's milk. So in terms of the Yajna, the Bhuta Yajna, yeah, it's a very valid question. That what's your view on taking the cow's milk? The Shastras clearly say that the cow is like your family member. If you're treating the cow like a family member and you're having the milk with adequate milk also given to the calf, right? Ideally from two, like you have 4 teats, right? From the 2 of it you give to the calf, at least 1 for sure. Then that milk is absolutely fine and indeed should be taken, because cow is the pharmacy of human being. All this allopathic is again how many years old? 150, 180, 200 years old. Before that there was no allopathy. Right? So Panchagavya, right? Cow ghee, etc. All this is definitely treated as something that human beings should have, and treat the cow how? Like a family member till its end. Right? In today's context that does not happen. That does not happen. And so in today's context, yes, when you have packet milk, when you have this and you don't know where it comes from, that is a question mark. To that extent, dharma is not being truly followed. Right? So it's an aspect that we should. And the question on 5 of the 8 promises, 5, can we follow? I first request the elders to tell me how many of you can follow, not the children. Because first we have to follow. If we don't follow, how will we cannot just expect the children to follow. Right? Some of you, I understand, you may think about it further. Okay? But I request you to give it a very, very serious thought and see if first the elders we can follow 5 out of 8. Right? And then we should also ask the students to follow. So thank you so much. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.